Hiya and welcome to Snail Baby Tarot. Today I'm doing a reading comparing your perspective with your person's perspective with the actual truth of the situation. I always feel like this is a good, an interesting type of reading to do because we do tend to get caught up in our own thoughts and our own perspectives, and we lose sight of everything that's going on and what the other person may be feeling in a certain situation. So today I decided to go with crystals, I guess, rocks. I think of them as rocks. Like my three favorite, most vibrant and beautiful rocks to represent the three groups. So group one, I do not know what kind of rock this is, unfortunately, but this is group one. Kind of a clear rock, but yeah, this is just a gorgeous little pattern on it. I don't know if it's like synthetic or naturally found or whatever. It's just very beautiful. And then this one is carnelian. It's hard to it's very reflective, isn't it? I just think it's a very beautiful, kind of got a sacral solar plexus vibe. Gorgeous orangey red. And then my personal fave, the malachite. Yeah, I wish you could get the details on that because the patterns are so beautiful. So those are the three groups. I would encourage you to focus on your situation, kind of meditate and choose one, or if there's one that really just jumps out at you, honestly. Sometimes your first instinct is the best instinct, so it's up to you how you choose, but those are the three groups. Timestamps are below, and you know the drill. Hello and welcome. If you chose this blue rock of indeterminate origin as your group, today we are trying to channel messages comparing your perspective with your person's perspective. So I'm just going to get cards for you and your person first to kind of compare and contrast, and then we'll look into what the so-called whole truth is. Okay, let's get a few more. I'll show you all the cards after I get them. Anything else? Ooh, okay. I'll take all of them. Okay. So for your person's perspective, interesting. There's definitely a sense of overindulgence coming out straight away. I need to kind of straighten up a little bit and kind of leave a situation that was not serving you, I suppose is what you'd say. I feel like your person had something to say about that. Oh, okay. Let's get some more on their perspective, how they see the situation. Okay. And then let's just compare the bottom deck energies. For them, we have the 10 of Scepters. That's wands. Yeah, this is oppression. Okay, that's intense. Where do I want to put the deck? For you, we have the 9 of Wands, power. Okay. So yeah, it feels like you are stepping into your power in this situation, recognizing that something really was not serving you. They may feel a bit attacked by that. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing we have is the Shadow of Cups reversed and the 3 of Cups in the reverse. So this is giving me lots of overindulgence vibes. Something that originally felt really good is starting to make you feel kind of like lost. It's giving me kind of Pisces vibes a little bit almost. Like we're just sinking too deep in this overindulgent kind of energy. Then we have the Witch of Swords with the Beast of Swords. So this is definitely sort of, I'm getting a sense of mental fortitude, of realizing we need to cut some shit out, that there are certain things that just, yeah, it's almost like needing to protect yourself is the energy I'm getting. Followed by the 5 of Discs, work. and the Hermit. So I see you on your own, kind of looking for a new direction. With this, it's like you're scouting for a new direction, a different way to go, a higher purpose, trying to do the work to really take yourself to the next level instead of sort of sinking into oblivion. So your person got the Moon and the Lovers straight out the gate. So big energy, big opinions. They also have the Two of Swords, Truce, and the Queen of Cups. And the last card that I got for them was the Ace of Swords. So I think they are coming to this state of looking for clarity as well. For them, I just see in this situation, a situation that may not have been very nourishing for you at all, that may have been overindulgent or unhealthy or just confusing. For them, they also experienced some level of confusion with the Moon being here, but I also feel like they felt more, I want to say like at home, or like the situation felt more right to them with the Lovers. Like I don't think it was as destabilizing or unbalancing as them. You have a lot more, you have the 3 and the 5s, and the 3's reversed. So I'm getting like a sense that it was like more of a challenge, it was more destabilizing for you, whatever the situation is. But for them, they still felt like they were at home in this situation, like their needs were being met, like they were on the right path. Even if, like, there may have been some illusion there may have been a lack of recognition, like the sun hadn't risen on the situation hadn't been fully illuminated to them. With, yeah, this Two of Swords is like very busy compared to most Twos of Swords, but there is this sense, you get this sense of duality with both the Lovers and the Two of Swords, of balancing and synthesizing opposites. So if this is a romantic reading, I do see your person seeing you as some kind of counterpart, or a person that they feel balances them. There's just all that imagery here. This really plays into dark and light imagery, these two cards. And then these two have the two balanced kind of watchtowers, and the two Anubises, Anubi. I don't know, but then the sun and the moon, or the moon and the sun also. So there's a big counterpart energy for your person. I feel like either they feel like the Queen of Cups, like they're very attached to you or this situation, or else they see you as their Queen of Cups, as a very nurturing, giving. I'm just comparing that with this card. I feel like maybe you were giving to this person a lot, or you were really indulging this person in this situation to a major degree, and now you've had to come, or you're very soon going to have to come to a point where you need to sort of cut out a little of the bullshit. I'm getting like strong protection vibes, like we need to protect ourselves. We need to tap into more of a Queen of Swords energy than a Queen of Cups energy, but I feel like this person likes you as the Queen of Cups. But they too are coming to this point where they're realizing the truth about this situation. I'm seeing with the Two of Swords and the Ace of Swords being here, yeah, you guys could have been fairly balanced, or been in you were working together as a unit, and now they're sort of more working on themselves alone. They're kind of getting to this point where they're doing this work, some work without you, because it feels like you are not there. With the Hermit being the final card that I pulled for you, it feels like you've withdrawn a little bit to do some work, and it's very unglamorous, honestly. It isn't necessarily super fun, or it's not necessarily what you wanted, but it feels like very necessary work. Like you're getting a new perspective with this Beast of Swords. You're looking at it from way high up, and you're understanding that certain things were really just not serving you. They were not in your best interest. They weren't actively harming you necessarily, but it was kind of like your emotional energy was being utilized for other people's happiness, for other people's joy, for other people's success even. And so there's a sense of needing to like really take back what's yours and reinvest that energy in yourself, and that's very, very challenging, and it probably isn't the best feeling. Yeah, for your person, I feel like if you have withdrawn from them, or you're not in communication with them, they may feel kind of bewildered or hurt by that. Yeah, I feel like there's a sense that they are probably still pretty set on you, pretty fixated on you. I feel like they're with starting with the moon and ending with the Ace of Swords, there is this like sense of like there were things about your person they didn't understand about themselves or the situation, and they're slowly coming into this realization of the truth. I think it's relevant that this Ace of Swords is pointing downwards. I don't know if that even shows up. I can't see the camera. But with the Ace of Swords pointing downwards, it to me very clearly indicates like doing self-work, looking within, trying to like look through all these clouds, the illusions of the conscious mind, and trying to understand ourselves on a deeper level. That's what I get whenever the Ace of Swords comes with the ace pointing downwards. It's kind of a sense of like looking within, trying to understand the deeper parts of ourselves. And this is very hard to do with the Ace of Swords because the Ace of Swords is more correlated to the rational mind. But there is a sense of like trying to take those steps to do the work. Whereas I feel like you're cutting away things on the outside, looking at the structures externally in your life that don't work and doing the work to change them. Your person is now being forced, because they've gone from this Two of Swords to this Ace of Swords, they're being forced to just look within, look at themselves, realize what they did wrong, illusions or delusions that they didn't realize they were holding, that maybe ways that they were self-involved without realizing it, ways they got caught up in their emotions and didn't fully do what was best for the sort of more collective or the relationship or just other people close to them, ways they may not have quite honored that connection. Just because sometimes when we're really close to someone or with certain people, we just get into a pattern with them, a routine. With the moon, I'm just feeling unconsciousness. And so we accidentally don't fully respect the connection or the situation because we've gotten used to it. So this is a chance for them to reflect and try to re-examine their own assumptions and biases. So that's what I see. Is there anything about, let me just see let me get the question out. How do I want to phrase it? So yeah, what is just like the naked, bald truth of the situation? The objective, the most objective version of the story. Let's hear that. The Four of Swords reversed. A lot of swords energy. It does feel very introspective. Could be navel-gazing, depends on what other cards come out. Can we have some more? Is it just going to be the Four of Swords? That's it? Four of Swords definitely resonates with the two shapes. Again, I can't tell if you can see them. But these two shapes obviously really resonate off of each other. But this is only a 2 and this is a 4. So your person, I feel like they see multiple perspectives, but they don't see the full story. There's a lot of different sides to this story is what I'm getting. A lot of different thoughts. If you guys have been in separation, you both have had time to really think a bunch of different thoughts, a bunch of different perspectives, and kind of go over it. You guys may have this maybe like there was an argument or a breakup or just some kind of conflict. And it's kind of like you've been over that over and over and over again in your mind. So it's like, it's just been on a rerun, on repeat. Seven of Cups. Am I holding this deck upside down? I could be. I might be. I'll try. Let's see what comes out. I'll hold it the other way. We'll see. Anything else? Can we clarify the Tower reversed? Okay. Yeah, the Three of Swords, we have separation and strength. So this separation is here for your growth, is what I'm getting. As far as the truth of the situation goes, is it's best not to ruminate on how things went wrong or how you guys didn't see eye to eye, the way that your perspectives didn't align, the way that you guys may have misunderstood each other. With the Seven of Cups, it feels like you were both speaking, but you weren't really fully hearing the other person's perspective, like that wasn't penetrating all the way in. Sometimes when we know what we, like when we expect to hear a person say something, or we think we know, that's what we end up hearing, even though what that person was trying to say to you was actually something quite different. It feels like emotions got in the way of really listening and hearing. We went around in circles a little bit with stories. We may have both been a little bit too much in our own narrative to fully understand what the other person was seeing or feeling. But yeah, so instead of ruminating on ways that things didn't work out, it's better to accept that this separation is here for your growth. To have these cards come out together, it feels quite clear to me that this is something for you. This is something to serve your own growth, your own sense of self-mastery. And it looks like you're both doing that in different ways. I feel like for you, you have this journey where it seems quite difficult, and it feels like it is meant for you to do it on your own, and it's going to be a bit of a challenge to push through. But I definitely feel like you have everything you need with the Hermit. You don't actually need this person at this step in your journey. It's not actually necessary. In fact, I feel like they're a distraction almost. Yeah, I feel like they definitely take you to a vibration that you don't necessarily need to be in. You can go higher on your own with strength. You can both raise your own vibration on your own more effectively. And they really need to just discover some things to kind of simplify their mindset. Yeah, I'm just saying there is this sense that they might not be a terribly realistic person. I feel they may have some illusions around love. They may be attached to certain ideas that don't necessarily fully, yeah, I just think that they aren't quite ready to bring their A game to a relationship on an emotional level. That's kind of the feeling I get. Yeah, let me get any oracle cards, any little bitty clarifiers, last messages. That is like, are you joking? No, I'm sorry, no. I could take this one. Okay, so you got believe in the reverse. I don't know if I'm gonna read into that too much. Any other succinct messages that I can pass on? I find these so hard to shuffle, but whoop. Okay, flipped about 1 billion times in the air, so this may be a bit of a challenge for you. The card that came out was Walk Your Truth, and I definitely feel like that's what you're doing right now with the Witch of Swords. This isn't about making other people happy. This is about understanding yourself, your path, keeping an eye out for sort of a new direction you could take, a new stage in your life, and understanding when you see something that isn't serving your growth, to actually just cut it out, to like identify those patterns. This isn't just people. This is more about, with the Shadow of Cups, it's about behaviors. It's about understanding when a behavior, like when you eat a food and then you always feel sick after you eat that food or something, like being like, maybe I need to pull back a little bit with this behavior. Like just saying, like the idea of like, I don't know, some comedian was talking about how he went back to like a food truck like 3 times, and he kept getting food poisoning, but he just really liked the food. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Like, stop going to that food truck. That food is making you sick. But it's like that, or like just like if you stay up too late all the time, it's like it's time to have this discipline with the Witch of Swords and the 5 of Discs. It's time to bring some discipline in, because that is what's going to help you walk your path, walk your truth. And I do think you will be alone for part of this, and that's not very appealing, obviously, but this is part of you finding your greater purpose in this weird, mixed up little world. With Believe coming out, I mean, that's quite a complicated look at all this shit. I feel like you guys both may be struggling with a bit of self-belief, and you might not be at a point necessarily where you really positively reinforce each other, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And that is why it's better for you to be in separation right now, because you both need to work on maybe self-esteem with the strength card being here. Shadow work definitely I feel like is part of it. And just having a stronger sense of who you are and what your values are. That way when you are in relationships there's less of a sense of being like activated emotionally to react in a more negative or lower vibrational way. That this is time for you to work on your self-belief, to really start to understand your strengths and understand what your path actually is, especially for you. Because I feel like you're in a more active mode with these two cards being here. I feel like they're still thinking and probing and understanding, and this is more emotional and mental work, whereas with you you're actually walking a path. You're like carving a path for yourself with this Witch of Swords. You're scouting. You're in a much more active energy, which is what I see, whereas I feel like this person is definitely, with these two cards being here, the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Swords, is in more of a feeling, probing, like self-exploration. I'm seeing her reflection here. Yeah, they're reflecting. They're just discovering this shadow stuff. Whereas I feel like you're at that point where you've discovered enough that it's time for you to start making just tweaks, changes. It's time to, instead of just recognizing that there's a problem, which is where they're at, it's time for you to start picking that sword up and, you know, chop, 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 it's a machete, babe. Like, you need to chop through some undergrowth and make a fucking path for yourself. Do that work. You got this. And that is like the reading that I have for you. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day or night or whatever. And, you know, good night and good luck. Hiya and welcome if you chose this gorgeous little carnelian chunk. So today we are asking just for a side-by-side comparison of your truth versus your person's truth versus the truth. So I'm gonna pull cards for you and your person first, and then I will show you all the cards. If I could just, alright, let's see, your truth. I feel a little bit more energetic with this reading already. It's like I'm out of breath a little bit. We'll see what the vibes are as we go along. So, your truth. Group 2's truth. Okay, you're trying to flash me Black Moon. Okay. Can I have some clarifiers? Ooh, thanks. I feel like these are both for stability. Sword. That came out when I pre-shuffled. Interesting. Can I have clarifiers for this dormant Black Moon? Okay. Wow. Okay, so your bottom deck energy is, wow, a full water moon fulfillment. So you have 2 full moons here. I definitely feel like you're desiring some kind of union is the first thing that comes up, but let's just wait and see. Let me get cards for them. I'm gonna use this one. Okay, so your person, what's their truth? Okay. What else can you tell me? Can I have clarifiers for the Knave of Pentacles? Justice. What the fuck? Hold on. Jesus. If you have anything else to say about the Knave of Pentacles and Justice. Yeah, wow. Okay, can I have clarifiers for the Fool? Group 2's person. Interesting. Their bottom deck energy is the 5 of Wands, so I feel like you guys are definitely just right out the gate in different places. Underneath that was the Knight of Swords. I'll just go ahead and show you accidentally. Yes, so they are they're a little bit like I'm getting chicken with its head cut off energy. Not to be rude. So for you, okay, let's show you all the cards. So for you we have stability, a waxing earth moon. You're getting somewhere in something. It could be some kind of, with musician, it could be something creative. It definitely feels like you are creating something in your life. It's very abundant, a very fertile energy, but with sword, Yeah, with the sword, what I see is next to this person, there's this heart and then there's this sword. So I feel like you're making up your mind if you want to grow something with this person. I feel like right now you haven't gotten what you want with in this situation with them. They haven't. You haven't. There's like this feeling you're definitely not in union with, or with the isolation being right here. If you are in union, this probably isn't the group for you. Because what I get is this feeling of desire for something. I'm seeing how this person on the card is like looking desirously that way. Like her body is moving this way, but she's looking at something. There's something she wants to grow and bring in. And it's like you're not sure yet if this is going to take root or if this plant is destined for death. That's very dramatic. But yeah, so underneath this dormant moon, we have a full fire moon. You're waiting for this person to recognize you, to bring their A game, to come correct. And promotion, yeah, you're waiting for them to like show you that they want it, that they know what to do. I keep thinking, oh yeah, the one that goes like, at night I think of you. You know that old meme like from a couple years ago? There's that part where she's like, if your game is strong, give me a call, boo. Or something like that, like, yeah. But their game needs to be strong with recognition. You want them to recognize you, because it feels like you recognize something in them. You want them to put in, you want them to talk to you, maybe you're waiting on a message, maybe, but, yeah, you're wanting a chance to really talk to them, to feel their energy, and I feel like they're not with you at this time. So you're working on your own shit, you're keeping it stable, you're keeping it balanced, you're growing something, you have your own stuff that you're working on with musician here. I feel like I'm not necessarily getting that you're like creating something artistic, but that it's like you're creating your life, like you have a vision for your life that you're growing, and you are trying to figure out, does this person fit in my life, can I incorporate them? So with them being the Knave of Pentacles, we have the Knave of Pentacles popping out, Justice, and the Magician. Fucking, that's an energy. The Fool, I definitely see them, yeah, they're off doing their own thing with the Nine of Wands. I feel like there's this, what I get is that part of them is looking forward to try to like start a new venture or bring something new in, and then part of them is kind of looking back and trying to reach. I feel that this is you, like the head that's looking back, but right now with the Two of Pentacles being here, they can't, like, this is a huge contrast with your energy, because I'm just seeing this flowering, earthy energy, and then they have this dead-ass garden that they're not investing in right now. I feel like they're not investing in what's in front of them right now with the Fool and the Magician. They're trying to bring new energy in. Like, the riches that they have, I feel like they're trying to use to make more, to create more. And I feel like they're not, it's important to note that Justice is here. Like, they're trying to do this in a really balanced way. They're definitely trying to do this the right way. They're not coming in half-cocked, but they have this really enterprising energy, and they're trying to push forward to a new stage in their life. You might have that in common. I just feel like your energy feels more grounded, and I feel like you have room for them now, and you're waiting for them almost. Whereas I don't feel like they have room for you. With this Nine of Wands here, I feel like they're working on some kind of cycle. They're putting most of their energy and effort, that's where they're looking toward, is they're trying to like bring something to fruition, and so other things are kind of falling by the wayside. Like this head that's looking forward is in this full energy of pushing forward, of exploring, of expanding, of just trying to figure out what's out there, and then they're not fully really grounded and invested in what's in front of them. Yeah, I don't feel like they even realize how much they have. They kind of like are in this really expansive mindset, and I feel they may need a little bit of balancing here, but I don't know that they're necessarily ready to give you the time or attention that you're seeking at this time. Let's see what the truth is. Can we have an objective read on the situation? Give me an objective read, anything you may have missed. The Nine of Wands again. Okay, cool. I didn't see that. Can you pop out completely? Ooh, the King of Swords. The Ten of Swords. Okay, anything else? Can I have some more? Can I have at least one more? Thanks. The Seven of Swords. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so the bottom deck here is the King of Pentacles. So I feel like there is a sense of really trying to ground and achieve things and become really stable. This King energy is coming on really strong. This is all about sort of achieving dominion almost. Like with the Nine of Wands, what I'm getting is I feel like you both are feeling pretty energetically, yeah, like you both need to recharge is kind of the vibe. I feel like you can see those pretty well. I'll just show you them just so you can get the full vibe. I'm sure if you watch YouTube tarot videos, you've seen these before anyway. But yeah, so I feel like with the Ten of Swords being right underneath the Nine of Wands, you both need a bit of a recharge, and you may be wanting your person to be the one to kind of pull up. That's the word. To come through. You want them to come through and kind of bring you this fire and this passion. What I'm seeing is that they don't really have that to spare right now. With the Carnelian here, this is such a like passionate sacral energy, and I did feel that for you guys, but right now it feels like you're both closing out some cycles. And with this sword here, I feel like for you the focus should be more on your stability and focusing on what's in your life right now and tending to your own craft, your own practice, your own whatever like projects you're working on right now, to like let this emotional, I'm gonna say lack of fulfillment, just to let it lie for a little bit, because this isn't like the time. This is a time for you to just keep investing in yourself. And I'm feeling like you need to get this this waxing earth moon to a full moon to just keep building and growing, and I feel like that's something your person needs to do too. With the Ten of Swords, there's a lot of difficulty here. And with Sword showing up for you, I feel like you are a little bit more aware of the fact that you may be struggling, whereas I see your person is trying to expand, focus on the material, and just in general kind of distract themselves. But there is this Two of Pentacles sneaking in, and this is not your typical Two of Pentacles. The way I see it is really when we are focused so much on what we want, what we're trying to bring in, and our ambition, that we don't tend to our own garden, that we don't even feel the sunshine. The sun shining on our dome. And there's this sense that you need to co-create with the divine. You can't expect, you need to be, part of co-creation is being exactly where you are and working with the present moment. You're being in the now. And I feel like you may be a little bit better at this than your person, but this is something you both need to close out some cycles. There's a sense of resistance. Like I'm feeling resistance to the present moment. Like there's this sense of being really, of needing to recharge, of being really drained, but acting like everything's fine. And we're resisting the reality that we do feel kind of isolated and sad. We're looking for someone to kind of fix that. But I'm just saying with this King of Swords that it's on you. It's on both of you. This is for both of you. It's on you to really take stock of what's going on in your life right now, what's directly exactly in front of you, to synthesize that information, to take it all in and take a really good, honest look at what you have right now and appreciate and grow that. With this King energy, there's this sense of stewardship that I'm getting, of just taking a long, hard look at what's there and really working with what you have. With the Seven of Swords, there's a resistance to doing this kind of work. And this Seven of Swords really does resonate with this Nine of Wands for me. There's this sense of like not being fully committed to what one's doing. There's that sneaky energy. There's that idea of like thought forms kind of trying to slip through and just kind of, yeah, just not recognizing the problems that are there, trying to sneak away from them is kind of what I'm getting. I just feel like, I mean, there's a lot of beautiful potential here, but the feeling I'm getting is pruning with all this sword energy. It's pruning. Not resisting what's in front of you, not avoiding or ignoring, but like looking very clearly and coldly at what's in your life. And if you have the power to change it, go ahead. But if you don't have the power to change it, you need to accept it. You need to stop resisting and get into more of your creative flow. If you have like a physical practice of any kind, whether that's like a hobby, whether it's like baking, knitting, anything with real physical products, or if you like to play a sport or jog or something, make music, whatever, I'm saying that that is a more powerful energy for you to invest in and be in than to be in this energy of the mind, which is kind of a bit of a vortex right now. It's your mind is like distracting you. I feel like we're having trouble fully accessing this very truthful and self-aware King of Swords energy. So that's the vibe that I get for both of you guys. Are there any last messages? Anything? Any last clarifiers? These readings have been so short, but it feels like kind of straightforward energy, honestly. Hold on. Okay. Believe. So we had Believe coming out. I feel like with that coming out, that came out for group 1 as well, but with this, the vibe, I feel like this is about examining your beliefs. Understanding which beliefs might not be serving you, which beliefs act to protect your ego, and which beliefs kind of serve to keep you down almost, which beliefs you have are sort of like reinforcing negative habits and low self-esteem kind of feelings. Yeah, and kind of understanding the way that like your beliefs can sometimes hold you back from your most abundant energy and potential. So yeah, again, I'm just getting that there's like strong editing vibes with this King of Swords, and I feel like this person is almost a distraction. You're kind of trying to distract yourself from this feeling, the feeling of isolation, that they're kind of like, they're trying to distract themselves. I just don't think that they're distracting themselves with this relationship so much. I think they're trying to distract themselves with more material stuff being here, and just kind of like wanting to explore and have fun a little bit as well. Whereas I feel like you may be distracting yourself more with romantic or emotional ideas. But I feel like, not to sound like a broken record, but your most abundant potential lies more in the physical, balancing your physical energy. Not balancing your physical energy, I'm sorry, and just investing in material, what's in front of you, your physical surroundings, that's what I mean. Yeah, so that is the reading that I have for you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Hi and welcome if you chose this malachite. Today we are asking for a side-by-side comparison of your perspective, your person's perspective, and then just the most objective possible version of the truth. So I'm going to get cards for you first, and then your person, and then I'll go ahead and show you the cards up close. So, your perspective, let's see. Okay. Ooh. So we have Duel and, waxing fire moon with the keyword of individuality. Interesting. Ooh, my goodness. So, we have bridge and we have confession. Yeah, both have Venus and Mercury on the card, so that's interesting. And then, okay, recognition and Lilith. My goodness. Okay, so of course your bottom deck energy is compromised. That makes sense already, but let's get your person's cards as well. So let's see your person's perspective in this situation. Group 3's person. So we have Justice and the Knight of Wands. Okay. Can we clarify Justice? Thanks. That was fast. King of Peppermills reversed and the Three of Swords. How about the Knight of Wands? Or the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Can we clarify that in your person's perspective? That's so many cards. Your person might talk a lot. With the Knight of Flamingos, that's talkative air sign vibes. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands. Anything else to add? And the Four of Cups. And then we have the Eight of Coins as their bottom deck energy. So I feel like you both, might be someone you're already with, someone you're already close with. Could even be like a sibling, less so than a romantic thing. It depends on how you read it. But yeah, this could be any type of friendship, romantic type of relationship. What I get is it's something that you're both committed to working on. This is not the type of relationship. This just doesn't give me the same separation vibes that the other two groups kind of gave me, because it feels like you're both here and you're both working, and it's hard with dual being here. But I'm just seeing on these cards, there's so many, half of your cards have this two people on them, so I definitely feel like your person, you're in this. You're in this. Your person had their bottom deck energy as the Eight of Coins, so I feel like they want to do the work. I feel like you're kind of struggling with compromise here, but you definitely, you're in this. I just realized, have 3 fire moons. So whatever this is, there's a lot of passion here. You may be a fire sign, or this may be someone you just feel very fiery about. So we have compromise, individuality, and recognition. This is very much about your self-expression, your journey, your path. I feel like you're struggling to be a part of this relationship because you are someone who really likes to go your own way, who likes to make decisions for yourself, who needs to feel like you're free to make your own choices, to go on your own path, with that being the first card that comes out with dual. This person, yeah, I feel like this is someone you care strongly about, but there's this struggle between individuality and union is what I'm getting. Yeah. This represents the Sun and Mars. So yeah, it's kind of like, do you want to go your own way, or do you want to duke it out with this person? Because yeah, for you having both bridge and confession being here, I feel like this is someone, yeah, this person feels like a counterpart or a soulmate in some ways, kind of the vibe that I get. They're really important to you. I feel like it can be hard for you guys to connect, but honestly, when you do really talk to them, when you guys come together and really explain what you're feeling to each other, I just see this growth that comes out of it. There's this sense that you may be two very strong individuals with different ideas and different paths, but there's something that's parallel about them, and there's something about your journeys that really interlock together in this really beautiful way. Again, with Venus and Mercury being on both these cards, there's this sense that the energy is very much, it has to do with how you relate to each other, how you communicate, how you compromise with Venus, how you make each other happy, how you challenge each other mentally and intellectually and emotionally. This is a really important connection is the vibe I'm getting, which makes sense because Malachite is gives me this heart chakra energy. It also gives me really protective vibes. There's something really deep about this connection, honestly. Like, there's something in you that recognizes this person, and I don't think that you'd be in this situation where you feel so torn about them, or that if you guys argue a lot, if you are in separation, there's this sense that, like, you're not just gonna quit and, like, walk away on them. You want to build this bridge, you want to talk, you want to understand each other, but there's this sense that, like, you are often at odds with each other. You do often feel torn. But there's something in you that recognizes them, and you feel like they recognize you. And that's what makes the struggle worth it. With Lilith, I feel like this is someone who's forced you to confront your own shadow. You had to do a lot of shadow work with this person. I feel like you've seen parts of yourself that you didn't necessarily like. Why these two images are resonating off of each other, but I can't for the life of you tell you what that means, but they look the same. I feel, oh, maybe this connection has grown you. Like, you grow through your conversations and interactions with this person, and it's made you aware of, yeah, parts of yourself that other people maybe couldn't accept or couldn't understand. I feel like this person has the capacity, like they have room in themselves to recognize the parts of you that are difficult and challenging, and also the parts of you that are beautiful and harmonious. Like, I feel like you can be this darker self with them, and they don't, like, feel disgust or rejection. They just understand, like, your instinctive or animal self, your shadow self. I feel like there's room for that in this connection. This is, like, really big energy. This is really, really, I mean, yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot. I feel like this connection is very challenging, but it's like, it's worth it. There's something here. Yeah, your person's energy, I feel like, is not as strong as yours. Did I show you their cards? I cannot remember. Oh my god, did I show you their cards? I'll show you again just in case I didn't. I have no memory of that. I got really into this. Maybe I didn't show you their cards. I don't even know. Okay, just in case, maybe you'll get to see them twice. So we have Justice as your first card, the King of Wands in the reverse, and then the Three of Swords. Three of Flamingos. This energy is not quite as harsh as the typical energy. I don't read it as harsh because they're not really stabbing the heart. It looks like they're protecting it. There's this protective energy here. Might be hard for this person to let you in. I don't know, we'll see. With the Knight of Swords, Flamingos, the Two of Wands, and then we have the Four of Cups, the poor little mock turtle. So I feel like with Justice being here, they definitely recognize that there's this counterpart situation kind of happening. I feel that you may turn them on their head, and that's why the King of Wands is reversed. You challenge their sense of control. You challenge their ego. Yes, this Justice being on his head, there's this sense that, like, there's something topsy-turvy about this connection for them, and things that they thought they knew, they now aren't as sure of. And there's, they may sometimes react in quite a guarded way. I think this sort of, like, challenging of their ego, challenging of their preconceived notions makes them want to guard their heart a little bit, makes them want to close up a little bit, so they may be in a more immature headspace where they can't really listen, is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. So I feel like with you, there's this conscious struggle to communicate, but you very much want that, like, you're committed to it. And sometimes I feel like you just get really frustrated, and you might, again, there's this fiery energy of just kind of like outbursts or blow-ups. It might not be that strong. I feel like even if you're not a fire sign, this person brings out a fiery side of your nature. And I think you kind of bring a fiery side of their nature out too. You might, again, there's this shadow egoic. This is not like a shadow work deck, so, like, of course the King of Wands reversed is not as intense as Lilith, but I'm getting that there's this sense on both sides that you force each other to do shadow work a little bit, and I think sometimes you may trigger feelings of vulnerability, make them think of past situations where they couldn't get what they want, where it felt like With justice, it's almost like things were out of control and then they were just taken away from them, like they didn't have a choice. So I feel like you may trigger these feelings, you may activate them in a very egoic way, and that's fine, that's part of our growth process. Sorry, I had to get a little drink of water, I'm really out of breath. You guys definitely feel like, you're like, blah, 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 blah. Like I'm just picturing two Muppets, like, blah, 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 blah. I just see that, I see them like, I feel like there's this big talking vibes on both sides. Even though I get a lot of fiery energy with both of you, I also feel like you talk to each other a lot. And so yeah, I feel like with them, they do really like talking to you, and like intellectually, they're super drawn to you. They're super activated by you. This card isn't reversed, so I feel like your conversations are really good, are really helpful. I feel like you open up new perspectives to them. You just like, you bring in new ideas that they hadn't thought before. You've changed their plans. You've changed their thought patterns. You inspire them in a lot of ways, honestly. And I feel like they really want to plan a future with you in it. And I feel like, again, I get this feeling that they're so scared that you're not going to be in their future. This mock turtle energy is making me feel like sometimes I feel like, because usually this Four of Cups is like, it looks like a person who's sitting by himself, who's refusing to choose what's offered, but I feel like for them, they're afraid that you're not gonna offer anything to them. Like, it's not like them refusing to choose you, they're afraid you won't choose them. They're afraid that what you offer won't be enough. They're afraid that what they offer won't be enough. Like, I feel like, at least in the early part of the relationship, they kind of felt like they had to wear masks with you a little bit. That's not for everyone. But I definitely feel like there's a sense of like, yeah, they don't have enough to offer. That's kind of the vibe I get. And the thing is they have 3 hats, 3 cups right there. So actually, honestly, I think they have a lot of fun and joy that they bring to you, but sometimes they hold themselves back, unfortunately. And yeah, I feel like this person can be like just a little bit emotionally withdrawn or withheld is the vibe that I get. And it comes from a place of fear. That's the energy that I pick up on. There's this fear here with them. But yeah, I just feel like you make them feel out of control a little bit. That's too bad. I didn't mean to say that. That was really condescending. That's too bad. But no, it is like, because I feel like there is a lot of love here. Like, what I see is the heart. I don't see the flamingos guarding it. I feel like you're someone who's really fun and playful, and when they let go of their sense of control, they have so much fun with you. Just talking to you is so much fun, and they see a place in their future for you. But then when they think that there's a possibility that you guys could break up, or you might not get together if you guys are just friends, or whatever it is, when they think about that possibility, they get so sad because they're worried there's no one else for them but you. Oh, that's big energy. So let's get the objective truth. Oh, my battery's dying. Okay, I think we can make it. This is a speed challenge, speed run. What's the objective truth in this situation? Can I get some... Oh, ow. Ow. Can I have some more? Please, sir, can I have some more? Oh, good. Whew. Okay, so tell me more about... Could you let me finish? Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. Anything else? Tell me some more. You both experience a lot of stress over this connection. Oh my god. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. Can I have one more card, please? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, Temperance. No temperanza. Tell me more about this Temperance. Oh. Ow. Anything else? Okay. Can you give me anything else? Oh, you give me 2 cards. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. That's super interesting. Okay, so your bottom deck energy was the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a real opportunity here is what I'm seeing. Oh my god, underneath that was the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so again, I'm getting like you guys really communicate well, and the more you focus on communication, building that bridge, the better off you are as a connection. But also there's something really physically available here. you got all these court cards. The only court card that came out reversed was this Page of Swords. So again, watch the way you communicate, because that is really the key. You guys really, really, when you communicate in this more Venusian energy of trying to relate, you're a lot more successful. And then also just like when you're honest with each other is what I get from Mercury. When you're really honest about when something is bothering you or something's not working, it can kind of preempt this dual energy a little bit. So be careful about being too defensive, getting in your ego. This relationship is here to help you learn, is what I'm getting. It's to help you achieve your full potential. What I'm feeling is that, like, one of you has this King of Cups energy and one of you has this Queen of Pentacles energy, and that, like, you kind of need to offer each other your best and without being too defensive, to be open to learning. Right now you're both pages. Right now I'm getting that you're both in this Page of Pentacles energy, with the Ace of Pentacles being your bottom deck energy. You have something real and solid and valuable to offer each other, and at some point I see you coming into this full, whatever this is to you, whichever one you resonate. Maybe you both will resonate with the Queen of Pentacles, or you'll both resonate with the King of Cups. I don't think it matters, but there's a sense that, yeah, one of you needs to, how do I want to phrase this? Hold on. I feel like at some point you are both going to come into an energy where you'll have faith in the connection, is kind of the big thing. Because right now I feel like on one side you're feeling this sense of individuality and self-determined purpose, and this feeling of being at odds with your person, and they're feeling very kind of insecure and like yeah, and just kind of like they're not good enough almost. I don't feel like that's your problem. I feel like that's more their problem. And so with this King of Cups, what this connection is helping you do is it's helping you sort of gain some emotional control, and especially work on your communication skills, to do some ego work here, to try to find the best possible way to communicate and relate to each other without repressing emotions, because that just leads to fights, without hiding our insecurities, because that is like, this is a strong word, but I feel like that can sometimes poison our connections. Even if this is a way down, because both these energies are on the bottom, and it's like we start at the top and there's this wonderful airy energy, everything feels good, it's moving forward, and then we move down into this sort of like, this is what we are at the surface, how we communicate, and then there's some vibes here, and there's a little bit of a doubt, there's a little bit of insecurity, and as we go further down there's this sense of like real sadness and pain and fear, and this is like this stagnant pool at the bottom of everything, and that's what the King of Cups is here to be, is to really like understand our emotions and balance them and work with them. With Temperance, we're not letting this water get stagnant. Did I show you the cards? I can't remember. Oh my god, I'm having a hard time with you guys. I feel like you can see them quite well though. With this Temperance though, we're not letting the water get stagnant. We're refreshing it, we're moving it around, we're understanding it, we're transmuting it. We're working very conscientiously and actively with our emotions and anxieties and our intuitions as well, and that's what brings us into this full King of Cups potential. I'm feeling that more for your person, just because for them I'm getting a more emotional energy. And I feel like this can very well also apply to you, because I feel like you do have a lot of emotions that are just coming out in a fierier way. Fuck. You give me more fire and air vibes for sure. But I feel like this can very much apply to you as well, at different points in the connection. Yeah, I already talked about these two, but this is definitely about like offering in good faith. Just putting... It's not about being, you're not at this point where there's any sort of mastery. I don't feel like anyone's above anyone else. It's just kind of like you're exploring this connection together, and it's very beautiful, and there's a real opportunity. I can't stress enough how important the Ace of Pentacles is, in my opinion, as bottom deck energy. I feel like this is a real beautiful opportunity, and it's going to bring some higher vibrational shit in, but right now I feel like you're both kind of, it almost feels like transitional, like you're going through a relationship transition, like you might be going from friends to lovers, or you might be like moving to that more serious level. But whatever it is, there's a transitional energy. These are both 5s, because 14 reduces to a 5. So there's this sense of like taking this transitional energy and really working with it instead of being like, oh my god, like what if everything comes crashing down? Like just keep putting that energy into it. You're together. You're not apart. You're not going to lose anything. You don't have to like, don't isolate and think about things on your own. Don't go into your own room in your own bed and like think yourself into like a state of worry or panic or like that is not the way. Keep feeding that energy into this. I feel this Queen of Pentacles energy that you or your person or both of you are going to get to this level where you both feel like you've really achieved and built something beautiful and you like really know how to nurture this connection. It feels very stable. It feels very grounded. I feel like this page can very much get to this Queen of Pentacles level. And yeah, there's a very cooperative energy here. I feel cooperation. I feel like cooperation's a challenge at this time. That's definitely what we're being called to do, to, you know, look at where you are and who you're with. These two people, they're together, to pay attention to each other. Don't isolate. This looks like the same person to me. There's this feeling of like, don't trudge home in the snow with your loved one and then just go straight to your room and like get in your own thoughts. Like put some energy into the connection is the vibe that I get. Those, yeah, I mean, I'll just see. Are there any last messages? Any last messages for group 3? I cannot shuffle these cards for the life of me. Do you have 1 or 2 little messages? Maybe, ooh, Shadow Self. And that came out right over Lilith. So yeah, this is more a message for you, is the vibe that I'm getting. They're doing some egoic work, but I feel like their work has more to do with pain and rejection, which is more about vulnerability, whereas I feel like through this connection you may discover elements of yourself that you previously... Ooh, the light's getting weird, isn't it? Interesting. That you previously were not illuminated. Things are coming to light, and that is not a bad thing. Let this Lilith energy recognize her. She needs recognition, or she's going to come out in weird, passive-aggressive, or just aggressive ways, and she's going to poison the connection. I just feel like, ooh, with confession, yeah, don't be afraid to just speak the truth, but also... it's just the way it comes up. I just feel like with confession being here, like find a way to speak the truth so that it bridges the gap, so that it brings you closer together, and that is that Queen of Pentacles energy. Your shadow self needs an outlet. She's not a bad thing at all. There's just a way for you to release energy that is angry or aggressive without it being toxic, and that's where this transmutation comes in. That's where that energy comes in. Anything else? Yeah, I'm just seeing this connection as being like a wonderful opportunity. Even the bad things are an opportunity. Addressing these things, that's an opportunity. This is an opportunity to do great work. I love when temperance comes out in a love reading, which this definitely is. Because I just feel like there's an opportunity for you to discover more, to go to a higher place, a higher vibration. So I feel like that's great. That's very beautiful. And that's the reading that I have for you. I hope you enjoyed. Your reading was like, I think your reading was like 10 minutes longer than everyone else's, but this is the big energy. I don't know. There's nothing I can do. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!